In this screencast, we're going to look at how to back up your course. This is going to help you for whenever, if you're teaching the same course multiple times, to be able to import and restore your course. And this will also help you as you're teaching the course to make sure you have a backup and a record of your course as it progresses through. So kind of a best practice tip would be, as you learn this, you want to try to do this with your course, once a week, twice a week, every other day. Get in the habit of backing it up and saving it, so that if for any reason there was a problem, you would have a record. So I'm in my site. I'm going to scroll down and move you over to the administration block. I know your view's not the best, but it's all I have to work with. And if you look down, you see backup. It doesn't say backup course or anything, it just says plain backup. So we're going to click on it. Now when the screen refreshes, you're going to be dropped into all of the data and all of the information that you have in your course. And it by default will all appear with green check marks next to it in a box. What is checked marked will get backed up. What isn't checked marked will not. So if there's anything in there that you don't want saved or you don't want backed up because it's either the end of the course or there's information that you know that you're not going to use, you can at this point check it off by clicking on it, such as this. I'm able, by clicking on this, I've taken off the user data. And the difference between the user data side and the other side is that right now I have advanced loading of files checked. That means this will be saved. But the user data, the user information, will not. So if you're in the course and during the course, you want to make sure you keep user data. If it's at the end of the course, you could decide to do none of it. You could decide to do some of it. As best practice, I would suggest going ahead and saving it. So if there's ever an issue with a student, even after the course, we have an accurate record. And another way to do it would be if I click none, you'll see it unchecks everything in this right-hand column, where if I click all, it rechecks everything. And so that's something to keep in mind. Okay, see how if I did user data right there, all it did was take the user data off of the assignments. Notice here user data for the forms still has the checks, so you could go through and piece which aspects you would or wouldn't want to keep. But again, I would during the course and immediately after the course, when you've compiled your grades, just save it all so that you have that accurate record. And when we get into the idea of importing it, we can discuss what to leave out. Scroll down so your screen keeps up. That this can, depending on how much information and how lengthy the duration and content your course, this could be a long page, and there could be quite a bit of information, but it contains everything that's in the course. This section here, this deals with, if I were to click on all, it would set for all users. You don't want to do that. If you set it for course, it's the immediate course that you're in. That's a safer setting. That's the setting you want to leave it on. None would leave out all of the users, and so it's similar to what we did before. In reality, you don't need to, when you're zipping this and saving it as a backup, this isn't a section that you should alter. You can just leave the defaults as they are. Now I'm going to go down and click on continue. Now notice when the screen refreshes, here is the name. Okay, you can rename it and make it be something that's compatible for you so that you understand, just by deleting that and renaming it. Okay. Now what it does is it goes through and gives you a laid out sequence of everything that you've just agreed to. Another chance to view. And notice here my numbers on the right hand side have zeros because I don't have any students enrolled in this course. So there are very few assignments and users and discussions and posts. Like there's one discussion and one post, and that's for me doing it. But that would give you an accurate account of all the discussions, all the posts. Probably more data and more information than what you really need, but it's there. Scrolling down, there's all the information, so it gives you a chance to check to make everything that you have. I'm going to go down and click continue. Now when the screen refreshes, it should take you into a familiar setting if you've been through the files or if you've imported or uploaded a file. It's taking the screen a minute because that was a pretty large zip file, and it's taking my computer a second to save it. Okay, let me scroll you over here. Notice course backup, name of my course. So name of the backup file is right here, the backup -cts- and then the number sequence. And again, you get another layout of what's been included in a little quicker and condensed form. Now I'm going to move your screen over to the right, and we're going to click continue. Now if you see in here, because I've done this a couple times, this should be a familiar screen to you, okay? If you've gone through the files or uploading a file. And so it becomes apparent that, I've done this more than once, but for today, there's the name of the course, okay? There it is in a zip, all right? And you'll notice over here to the right, there's some more actions because it's a zip file. You have the unzipped, you have the list, you have the restore, or you have the rename. We're going to pay more attention to restore as we import, but for right now I want to save this, so I'm going to click on it. I'm going to save target as, and then pick where you want to save it, whether it be a thumb drive, a desktop, however, somewhere that you have access to and somewhere that you have it nice and safe and it can be archived and someone will be doing periodically. I'm going to hit cancel. And that's it. And then to get out of here, there's nothing else to hit. I'm going to move your screen over to the left. I'm going to click on the name of the course, and it takes me back to the original page.